Now, we already are well acquainted with the Todd and Patricia Love Fest here, okay? They've identified each other as the candidate they'd like to see win it if they don't win it on August 24th. Daniel Webster, choose one on the dais. If it can't be you, who is best equipped to serve District 8 and take out Alan Grayson? Better than anyone else here.
Well, first of all, I haven't lost a race yet, and I don't plan to lose this one.
Oh, I understand that, but it's hypothetical for everybody. Nobody can be sure of victory. So if you do not win, who would you be most comfortable with as the winner?
Bruce O'Donoghue.
Bruce, you're next up. How about you?
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, you make a lovely couple. Oh, no, I didn't know if you were going.
Well, you know, I will tell you that I know that every one of us have been praying, and we all know that God's called us to be here as a candidate. Make no mistake about that. Every one of us would serve well. I've really grown to love Ross Bealey. I think Ross's business has got great experience, and he doesn't want to be up there for very long. So.
All right, he'd be your guy. Now let's go to Kurt Kelly. If it can't be you, who do you want to see win it?
I believe that the person that can beat Alan Grayson, the person that must beat Alan Grayson, cannot have a bunch of baggage and skeletons in their closet. It's that simple. He's got $3 million. He will eviscerate. He's already said he's going to eviscerate whoever comes out of this race. And they cannot have that kind of personal stuff in their background. A person that I have grown to respect immensely because he has served our nation and has defended our nation. I love Dan Finelli.
Dan, if it's not you on the 24th of August, who's your pick?
You know, I've had a great opportunity to meet these people firsthand, and I mean, some of these guys are just incredible, and I would be proud to serve with them. And included in that group right next to me here, Kurt Kelly will do a great job in Washington.
And Ross?
Tough one. It's a real tough one.
It is a tough one. That's why I asked it.
I'm going to say that I honor the Dan's service to our country. Honor Kurt's background. I think that a business background is more pressing now, honestly, because we're in trouble, and it's not a love fest between Bruce and I, but I think Bruce and I truly get the details of how far we are towards going over.
So your pick is,
I would give the slight edge to Bruce.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Dan Finelli, got two more questions to go, right? This next question would be for you. Am I correct? Am I keeping track of things here?
You bet, bud.
Everybody survived that round. Polls show more Americans than ever believe that this country's best days are behind us. What will it take to restore America's greatness?
Well, America's greatness will be restored, and it's going to start with sending the right person up to Washington, D.C. that's going to cut the budget, cut the out-of-control spending, cut the fat, not accept any entitlements in the bills in the future. It's unconstitutional, so we need to cut that. Bring the fair tax in here so we can bring the jobs back. Change our energy policy so that we have the jobs, so that we don't support terrorist countries from far, but we keep the jobs here, the U.S. dollar here, and keep it strong, and you will see prosperity and proud Americans standing tall, and this will remain the greatest nation in the world.
Would you like to pose that question to one of your primary opponents here as to what it will take to restore America's greatness? Who do you want to hear from?
Dan Webster.
Okay, my answer to that is defeat Alan Grayson. That's what will restore America. That's a start. But I will tell you this, our greatest enemy is from within, not from without. I know there are there's lots of upheaval in foreign lands, but within, we cannot give up our heritage. We cannot leave the principles that we have established as this country. Therefore, when we began defining marriage as something other than a man and a woman, we're crumbling from within. When we began funding abortions with federal dollars, we're crumbling within. And when we say it's improper to use the name Jesus Christ in public, we are crumbling from within.
All right, thank you very much. I was having a little consultation in the back as we come down the home stretch. By the way, the closing statements coming up shortly will be of 1.5-minute length, okay? And since we started with Daniel Webster and the opening statements, we will be starting from the other end of the table and working down this way. Seems only fair. Now, our final question for Ross Beeling. Do you remember when Ted Kennedy's 1980 presidential bid was derailed when Roger Mudd asked him why he wanted to be president and he couldn't come up with a coherent answer? Kennedy had other problems, as we know, but that was game, set, match, and everyone knew it, including him. So I ask you, Ross, why do you want to be in Congress?
So my family settled Gloucester, Massachusetts in 1632 with the greatness of American spirit, patriots all. Our district, our country needs leadership that wants to bring back American greatness, that the people have to have the talent, and I do have the talent to know the problems. I have the ideas that can be solutions to serious things in healthcare that we haven't had a chance to talk about tonight. I'm a proud American, but I'm also a business person that understands both the peril of the direction we're going in and how we have to turn it around. Moreover, on my own personal level, when it comes to finances, I have impeccable credit rating. Why do I say that? Not to brag. It's something I've earned at 55 years of age all my life. My father brought me up to believe, he was a military person, Coast Guard, that a man makes his own bed and sleeps in it, and you don't spend more than you have. I can bring that oak perspective to Washington, D.C. I'm a leader. I can have smarter people in the room with me and lead to the solutions, lead them to the best solution for those challenging problems we have. So I am a proud American, but I will listen to the people that send me to Washington because I would go on behalf of you and your children. This is not about me. This is about our children, the youngest one 2 years of age. It's about your children, as I said earlier. We as Americans, we in this room, everybody has that pit in their gut now and know that we know that something's horrendously wrong. It's not just Alan Grayson. It's the whole darn thing. We're losing our country. It's time for us to step up, be the warriors we were when we settled this great nation of ours and leave it better as a campsite for our children.
Thank you, Ross Beeling. Get to pose the same question to anyone of your choice here. Ask them why they want to be in Congress.
Hey, Dan Finelli, he's willing to give up, what is it, $100,000 of salary? That's honorable, and I want to hear from Dan.
Can we have a microphone for Dan Finelli, please?
Test 1, 2. I did make a pledge to give $100,000 of my pay as the elected congressman to start an initiative, the Finelli Initiative, to pay off the national debt. But I believe you want me to answer the question at hand. And thank you so much. We really need to address this debt, and we need to make it serious, and the people up in Congress need to understand that, and we need to have a personal sacrifice, and that's what I am more than willing to make sure our grandchildren and each and every one of us has a better America.
All right, thank you very much.